All right, everybody, welcome back. Or if it's your first time here, of course, welcome. If it is your first time here too, we always remind you to hit the subscribe button, or maybe if you've been watching but have yet to subscribe, I ask you to do so. And of course, as always, we appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up. But today we got a few things to do. First thing, we got to get some hay put out for the cows. They're never really totally out of hay because we keep some older, lower quality hay in the ditch, kind of more for erosion control, but there where they can nibble on it all the time. But the hay feeders, the hay rings are empty. Let's get a little better hay put out for them. They'll be eager to have some more of that available. Then we got to vaccinate some calves. But with that said, let's get after it. All right, so as you can see there behind me, we have yet to stack all that hay that we moved, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? And looks like somebody left tack room door open on horse trailer, so we'll take care of that. But yeah, it's been a little muddy. Pretty much our conditions around here during the winter, it's either muddy or really muddy. And I would say right now it's just muddy, but hadn't really taken the time or effort to stack those. I don't want to nut things up. And two, as time goes on, the more time, we just end up feeding through them before we ever have to stack them. But we're actually getting ready. We're going to build or have built a hay barn right down here where we can stack this hay indoors, keep it out of the weather. And it really won't be this hay, it'll be more of the hay that we bale later on this year to feed next winter. But kind of excited about that. Been a project we've been thinking about doing for a while, but definitely have to get all this out of the way. I think they're supposed to deliver the materials to that building here in about another 3 or 4 weeks, but got to get all this junk moved out of the way before that happens. But right now, let's get the tractor fired up and get these girls fed. There we go. Check all. Looks like we're good. Get the dipstick back in. There we go. So if we can get her fired up. Somebody's been getting the tractor muddy. Be able to see, looking at the windshield there, it has started to rain, so we'll be headed back towards those really muddy conditions probably pretty soon. But I believe we're going to get this hay put out before it is too much muddy this afternoon. But tried to get a little drone footage, but with the rain, and I really don't know how rain tolerant, waterproof, whatnot that drone is. As you can probably tell by my piloting skills with it, I don't know a lot about it, period. So we can get the rest of this hay put out. And feed truck also came to that. I almost forgot about that. He came this morning while I was at work. So got some feed in the bin, a little feed in the creek feeder, so we'll get the creek feeder moved back out here for these calves as well. All right, so we got 6 rolls of hay put out. Like I said, feed truck came this morning. Let's see, he filled up the round bin there, the silver bin. Brought 6 tons, then whatever was left he put there in the creep feeder. So actually let's start here with the creep feeder. See how full it is. I was hoping end up with being maybe a ton and a half in here. But yeah, it's probably about a ton and a half. I'm not sure exactly how much that bin will hold, but it was pretty much empty. I'm thinking it holds between 4 and 5 tons. Let's climb up there. They should have gotten it basically full. Yeah, I could have put a little more in there. I would have liked for them to have. That's okay. The creep feeder's got plenty in it now. All right, we're gonna go get on the 9960, the smaller tractor, old tractor, the one that's I've actually just sold to my brother. Use it to move the creep feeder. One, just because it needs to be cranked and run. It's been sitting here, but it hadn't been used much lately. And 2, don't have to go to the hassle of taking the bell spear off that 135. But get it cranked up, get that creep feeder moved out, and then I don't know what the rain's gonna do. See how much else we get done this afternoon. Kind of forget how much bigger that 135 is than this 9960 until you jump from one to the other. This tractor's plenty big enough. Did basically everything we ever needed it to do. Wanted to go to just a little bigger tractor, but yeah, it just seems tiny getting off that other one. But perfect, just what the doctor ordered for moving this creep feeder here real quick. Jack here, not with the sprint. It's a little easier to do when you got an extra set of hands. It's amazing how much just a little bit of penetrating oil helps something like that jack, especially something like that stays out in the weather all the time. But anyway, let's get this thing moved out here, see if these calves find creep feeder full of feed as quickly as those cows found those fresh rolls of hay. All right, well, I can get those little safety blocks out of there. Drop sides down on this thing. Get it set up where calves can get in there. The cows cannot. That side down. So we can. That's secured. Like that. Back over here to this one. Put these things in here a couple of different ways. Just like that. Keeps cows from being able to pick it up and get their way in there, because being the greedy eaters they are, if they can find a way to get in there, they will. I left one inside of here, but drop that right there. Okay, you can see feed's coming out. So now we just need to get this tractor parked, and I'm trying to think, maybe just about done with our chores here for the day. It's a little after 3, so get our feeder steers fed, and yeah, start thinking about getting them calves vaccinated. Here's the reins we're getting done. They're coming out of there now. I think I kind of started on it. Predictably, it didn't take them long to find the creep feeder, so I'm sure they'll get right back in there. It's been probably a couple, maybe 3 weeks since we've had any feed in there for them, so yeah, it didn't take them long to figure out it was back out there in the pasture. All right, so now we fast forwarded about 24 hours. Got rained out yesterday, basically. That rain just kept picking up. So we're gonna get these calves vaccinated now. If they'll all come up, I brought a little feed. They're accustomed to being fed a little feed every day, so they should come all running in here. And basically they're all gonna get 3 shots. Gonna give them a shot of long range dewormer, and then the respiratory viral vaccine using bovi-shield for the viral, IBR, BRSV, BVD, and I guess parainfluenza. And then we're also going to hit them with the vaccine we haven't used in the past for pasture and hyemia, 2 causes of bacterial pneumonia. And I don't know, one we haven't used before, but we're interested in. I apologize too, it's cold, which I know y'all don't care about that, but it's windy, and so we may be getting a little bit of background noise from the wind, but we'll try to do the best we can here as they keep coming up. All right, so just to show you a little more exactly what we're doing with the vaccine. So there's our respiratory, it's bovi-shield gold with the lepto, because we do have some heifers that probably a couple of them will try to make replacements. And then the hyemia and pasture, it's a vaccine from Colorado Serum Company. I'll show you what we're doing. And then of course we're deworming with long range. Where's the label on it? It's on there somewhere. You can't really see it, it's inside that plastic sheet. But first time using this particular type of dosing gun or dosing syringe with the long range. I've got it set to deliver the appropriate dose to each of these. Then, oh, where's our vaccines? Right here. Uncap that. Got it set. We're delivering 2 mLs. Both these vaccines. Easy, baby. Call for a 2 ml dose, so carefully recap that. Grab our other one. I will point out my brother did offer to come help me today. And not that I turned down the help. But yeah, when you watch this video, you're like, man, he could have used an extra set of hands. I don't know, I kind of did this last second without really asking anybody to help. Just because we knew it was just a few. We're giving them all these 3 shots and then turning them out. But as Brittany is there, resisting the urge to chase them, I'm sure. All right, baby. All right, go on, girl. Easy does it. There you go. Brittany, you're a good girl. Not chasing them. All right, let's get another one in there. All right, there goes the last one off over there. I don't know if you can see her. Went pretty smoothly. The chute Stagum tailgate, which I think has been sitting out here. It's obviously in the weather. See, it gets hung. It's supposed to come up in this pin here, catches here, and that's where it catches, but it just gets in a little bind there. You gotta whack on it to get it go down. It started to work better as we went on, but I think penetrating hole, maybe if we do something like that on there before we bring a big group of calves through here in a few weeks will be nice too. Just think the more I used it, the better it got. But anyway, those calves did well. They have gone off somewhere now. The first few were running right back here in the pen to get something to eat, which I thought was a good sign because I've got them some more feed. But put a little more feed out, and probably that may be just about it for the day, which may mean that's just about it for this video. But got a lot of good stuff coming up, I believe, here in just in the next month. We're going to start calving. We're going to be bringing in our new stocker calves, starting with probably some of my brothers that he's going to be buying first. But we're going to bring them here, work them, and then haul them to his place. But we'll get that on camera. But lots of good stuff coming up. Again, we appreciate you hitting the like and the subscribe, and share it with friends. But anyway, as always, we're going to tell you to eat beef, and God bless.